Execration kind of running low on time here too. Probably know one of the heroes that they already want to pick. Still probably thinking about the second one here. Maybe an answer to the Lina.
You should still take something because your reserve time is going through. Maybe they're unsure if that one hero that they have on their mind, do they have a good pairing for it? That can always be a potential issue.
They had the Magnus last game. So they're going to swap it over for Mars. And we bring out the Snapfire for our second support here for Execration. So Bob's hero is left over, basically, as we head over to the final phase. His hero pool is going to get countered by Unity. But Mars Snapfire, that is a really good combo.
For sure. Is there a Vision hero Unity Gaming can pick up? No Beastmaster, no Lycan. Offlane Clock, no. Not really. Vision against Execration heroes would be amazing, right? Because this Lina, when she gets the BKB, these heroes don't kill her. And that is an issue. So Execration are going to be relying on the fact that they're not being seen.
I still kind of like the Ursa. Maybe even the Monkey King. Both of them are in the pool for MKS.
Monkey King is really good. I
what
like
about
it.
Drow? Drow just seems to struggle. The lane is hard, but post lane is good.
Post lane is good, yeah.
I'm gonna leave it open. So we go for the Pango.
Okay, that's we already saw that that's a Zhao Yu special. He has been playing this hero for the longest of times and always been successful with it. In the RSG, they used to first pick it for him as well. So you now have two rolling buddies on the side of Unity. Nice counter for the Mars. Saw it against the Morphling with the Diffusal Blade as well. If you go that route, depends on the lane of the Pango. Sometimes you have to go for defensive items. Sometimes you have to go for a Blink Dagger. But if you can't get away with the Diffusal Blade, you will get it.
So what does that leave us for Execration? Bob actually has played Morphling. That was one game, and Palos played the other one. So it could still go either way.
I wouldn't want to put a Morphling against the Lina in the mid lane. Morphling is very weak, level 1 and 2, where the Lina is strong, and Lina continues to rise in strength, so even once the Morphling would get higher in levels, he wouldn't be able to hold his ground. So I would stay away from it if I was Execration.
They banned out the Bloodseeker because of the Pango, even if Execration were missing a carry or a mid laner. They haven't played the Bloodseeker, but it would have been a good Bloodseeker game against the Earth Spirit, against the Pango. Even helps them closing the gap on Lina with the Rupture. So what do we still actually have here? If Execration, if they they ban the Monkey King. At least the Ursa is still in the pool. If they decided to put this Morphling into mid, they could still go for a hero like Pudge, for example. The Furion is also in the pool for Palos to pick up. He's played the Arc Warden. These could be some surprising picks. Drow is also kind of scary, but Drow Morphling, I think they're just two heroes that do the same thing. So it is going to be a safe lane morph as suspected, and they go for the Puck.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what's good for Unity Gaming. The Ursa is okay, but you're up against the Mars and the Snapfire. They're only gonna poke you. They're not gonna care about the Disruptor whatsoever. So that's why I'm a little bit afraid for the Ursa that this laning phase could be catastrophic here. Lifestealer would have been okay. Jugger seems like a okay pick, but you're lacking some team fight as well here on Unity Gaming, and going for a Jug against the Morphling and the Puck, both of the heroes who can dodge your ulti is risky.
What about MKS Pudge?
Not bad. That's actually a really good one.
I think it feels like a mediocre pick. If he keeps the distance to Morphling, but still the Morph is most likely just going to build the Lincolns this game and Marcy's sidekick. Morph does get lifesteal despite the Ags reducing the regeneration. They're just going to go earlier into this game and bring up the CK.
I would have liked your Pudge more. You know, it still is a Morphling counter, and you have the Lina to deal with the later portions of the game. But CK, when you look at the heroes of Execration, they don't really have much to deal with illusions, especially because Morphling is going to be farming for the majority of the early fights. You have catch for the puck. The Chaos Knight survives the lane quite nicely because you're tanky and you have the lifesteal, so Dino and Shanks won't be able to bully you as much as they would be able to bully some other heroes. And I think that's mostly why they went for it, the laning phase. They don't want to be crushed there. And Unity Gaming, we know they like to snowball out of the lane, something that wasn't allowed to them last time.
What is what is called Bob playing puck? It's called a buck.
Mama, save me.
Not solved. I just his name is so
That's
easy
awesome.
to add with heroes. You know, like the Bat Rider is the Bob Rider. The puck is the buck.
I always look at Bob when I see his name. I remember the Tekken character. You know, that's how I see it.
Oh right. Well, he's definitely a brawler.
Yeah, that's the I don't know why, but whenever I see his name inside of a game, doesn't matter which hero he's playing. It can be a skinny hero like the puck as well. I still see the fast fat guy that's just punching everyone in the face. You know, that's
Sounds like Pudge to me.
true. But Bob doesn't play too much Pudge. How is Pudge fast though? He's not jumping around. Maybe if he's with the Marcy in the team and she's kicking him in.
We need to come up with more nicknames for Bob's hero pool. But goal sign given by Carlo, and game 2 time. Execration versus Unity Gaming. Execration, basically their theory still remains the same. They would like to take one map victory, and that would be enough for them. Getting that that tie would put them at 8 and 9. Unity Gaming currently with this map, our game 1 victory is at 7 and 6. So they could still go to 8 and 6. Execration could go 7 and 11. Leaving them tied with Lilgun at 7 and 11. So then it's just down to Neon Atomic. What can they pull off in their final series?
I'm not sure if they can win though, because Unity Gaming have shown, I think, in this tournament that they're a slightly better team than Execration, even though Execration have stayed together for a long time, even got to Division 1 now. But it doesn't look like they're in their best form. And Unity are playing the heroes that they love. Aggression, full-on aggression, and a lot of heroes to storm down the mid lane. This time around, Puck, I really, you know, the Ember you could see with some rotations doing enough damage to the Lina, but the Puck gonna be very hard. You need some really good rotations from the Snapfire and the Marcy, and they need to be like undetected by Unity Gaming.
That's a lot of love going on in chat right now. There's miss you messages. Joey didn't buy me a Starbuck yet.
I like how you emphasize the buck.
Yeah, the buck. Trying to get it. It's a good trademark to sell for future households.
Sure.
Have you ever seen Bob playing puck? Now you can get your own buck.
And if I'm ever having a brand, I'm hiring Panda to come up with the ads there, because that was amazing.
I'd
Panda,
love
really.
to do commercial voices. Not gonna lie, I could bully the hell out of people getting ads on their screens. Maybe Beyond the Summit could hire me to do their Twitch ads.
Yeah,
Would
cool,
not
you know.
get enough of my voice.
Imagine Panda in those clips there. You would have a lot of fun for sure. But we love you where you are right now, so we are
Oh, thank you.
we're gonna be happy with the caster Panda for now. The future, who knows what it holds. Salad actually gets the career kill. Carlo could have pulled him back, but no, he wanted to go for a career kill on his own. So dead cats all around.
That's not a nice thing to say. I'm feeling a bit disappointed here, seeing that. But at least they're trading high fives for it, so they're sharing the guilt. Okay. What is this MKS lane gonna look like? He's up against the Mars. Mars is gonna be a bit difficult to grab, but the Snapfire is definitely a kill that they can always look for, and the threat of the glimpse is always there.
I think the MKS lane possibly looks like him trying to survive with the Chaos Strike. Trying to get the damage to go into him rather than going onto the Disruptor, and then healing up with the Chaos Strike. I think both teams have high kill potential, and if this was, let's say, Eastern Europe, I'd be like, there's not going to be any kills in this lane. But because it's Southeast Asia, they're just going to fight constantly.
Yeah, Salad, one more hit away from getting that kill, but there's 5 stick charges on the Marcy, so Carlo gets to walk away. That was very close to being a first blood, but the CK also takes a bit of a beating here. Takes a spear and a shotgun to the face from Shanks and Tino. Want to contest this pull. It is their pull, but they also want to bully Execration a bit there. Big wave for MKS under the tower.
You need some of those crits to get his HP back up, because you need it. You need, once the level 3s are out on Execration, they're gonna have so much damage, and you need to be high up in HP if you're MKS, if you want to live through it. On the other hand, the Disruptor, well, not gonna be easy for him to survive through it.
Well, the mid matchup heavily favoring Knight currently, as Bob can tie up, gets the flag bearer. And secures the other. Alright, so it looks a lot better. There was still an ongoing wave for him to farm, so he's not that far behind the Lina. But I was a bit worried when he was at 9 CS versus like 15 off the Lina that he's got an entire wave advantage. Salad takes a big nuke to the face from Palos. 2 points in adaptive strike. No waveform.
Yeah, he's really putting an emphasis onto that one. You're playing against 2 melee heroes. You have a Marcy in your lane, so you want to get them low so that you can finish them off. Yeah, you possibly don't need more points in attribute shift in this lane in particular, so he might even go for the waveform on level 4.
At least forcing one of the heroes all the way back to the fountain. That's going to be the Earth Spirit. Gonna have to regenerate up. And is he gonna TP mid for a bottle refill for Knight? He's pinging bottom. But Knight is also like, I do have a water rune spawning, but he's still gonna come in for the bottle refill. Alright.
I think the idea is Knight is already winning the laning phase. He forced out Bob to get a salve already.
First blood.
If I go there, there it is.
Yeah, Shanks is gonna be the one to grab it. He got the damage on the Disruptor. But yeah, winning the laning stage at least in favor for the Lina. Just making sure that it stays that way. Doesn't slide out of control. You know, Bob is always a bit, you know, unpredictable. We just literally moved away from the lane as the Morphling died because I thought he wouldn't actually die to the swashbuckle, but he did. So Xiao Yu. 1 versus 2 in the lane. His Earth Spirit has been gone for quite some time, but he handles this lane solo.
He went all into agility to pop the sticks, and the Pango found the angle for the swashbuckle. Just very unfortunate for the Morphling. Now he's gonna have to make a decision. Is this attribute shift actually that important for me?
Nice plays here by Bob, actually outplaying Knight for a bit here. But how much can they deal with it? Is it gonna be enough for a kill? Huge amounts of damage. Orb in the front. Can't body block Knight all the way through. And Bob slowly running low on these raindrop charges. Meanwhile, MKS battling out with Shanks, and Shanks will get the return kill. It's a bit of a post-mortem kill, too. And Tino, there's a glimpse available on Law. Is he in range, though? He's just outside of it. Bob kills Knight. Meanwhile, Mars will live, and they were just diving behind the tier 1 tower. Missing a lot of kills here.
It's weird that they went for that top lane engagement. The CK can survive in that lane. It's not that bad for him, but because you go for a play, you put yourself in a position where you can't die, and then you leave this Lina alone. Again, Unity Gaming are making a couple of mistakes that are costing them the early game.
Very nice read from Salad here, but unfortunately no follow-up to do any good with it.
Bob just had enough mana to get himself out with the silence, and the level 1 rolling boulder just doesn't stun long enough for you to get the right kick off.
Oh, targeted onto Shanks here. Salad with another roll in. Actually kicks him out of the kinetic field.
The thing is that now when you're kicking people, you can vector it out, and people are used to just the way that you're facing. So I think that he just made a mistake there. Wanted to kick him towards the Lina.
Yeah. Or at least closer to the disruptor to get some extra poke and prevent this snap from escaping. But now he's back in the lane. MKS is soloing here for the time being. He does have some backup in the trees. Law, Salad. Mars would be optimal. Oh, the rolling and the glimpse. They don't really communicate that together. They don't get the stun, but they got the slow. Got the spear. Keeps MKS away. Kinetic field formed. And here comes Knight. Laguna Blade. That's all they need. All they need. Shanks with the slow from the shotgun Knight. Oh, he's got no boots. Rolling. Dodges the roll by the Laguna. That little angle covers up enough distance for Knight to close in for the Laguna Blade cast range.
Okay, this is the first one for me. A Lina without the boots rotating and literally from the base clicking the Laguna Blade on the enemy hero. I think he wasn't even looking there for the past 5 seconds. He's like, just looking at the screen, but not really poking any of the controls. He knew exactly what he wanted to do.
Yeah. Another attempt from MKS and Salad. Another roll that doesn't quite connect, but he's definitely been trying. I think that's the part that counts the most. Relentless with those attempts. As he used a Chaos Bolt onto the range creep because it was about to miss the CS. Bob was hunting for Knight here. He knows Laguna is still on cooldown. There's Carlo. He is pinging. Keep an eye open on mid. They do have TPs open. And here they both are. Salad. Gets a bottle refill from Knight. They're going to tank the early damage on Law. The rolling huge nuke coming in. Dodges the LSA. Double kill for Bob. Maybe even a third, and he will break the coil onto the Lina. Jia Yu coming in with the rolling thunder. Changing boulders to thunders now, and he's stuck in the stairs.
Yeah, that's not good for Unity. They probably wanted this Lina lane to go super well and then just continue killing the puck. But you can see, first off, the Lina lane didn't go well, and the Earth Spirit is lacking in levels. If you have the silence there, the puck dies, but you're just not level 4 just yet.
Actually, looking at that mid lane for a second there reminded me of an old bug. Remember when a hero would just spawn in the middle of the river and you wouldn't be able to control him?
Never happened to me. Really.
Never happened to you? Oh, alright. I've had that twice. I had once in Battle Cup. I was actually on the opponent's side, so it was an easy win. But then I also had it in another Battle Cup game where I would spawn in the middle of the river. I don't even remember what happened there. It was something very, very weird. Probably something to do with the drafting phase finishing and pausing the game. And your hero will spawn in a very weird spot. We hear Laguna Blades pop by Knight onto Shanks at the same time. But I'm just happy that that bug doesn't happen anymore. You get the silence onto 2. LSA is available to stun the Marcy, but they will still lose Salad and pop. Buck. Bob the Puck is popping off right now.
Even with all of this happening, Pango is 1 versus 1 against the Morphling, and Morphling just there didn't have huge net worth, and then just in a second he got so much net worth. Him and the Pango were neck and neck. I don't really know what happened there.
So he definitely has silence onto the Puck. Does get the orb. Move to safety. He's on the high ground position right now. Rolling Boulder dodged. Tori, Rolling Thunder dodged. He did technically dodge the Boulder too with the orb. Top lane though, they do have the arena. MKS is inside it. This is the bigger kill, and it's going to be a 4 versus 1. They're going to double down every hero on this, and Bob for the 5th kill.
Oh, MKS started panicking there. Do I deny to the tower? Where do I run? What do I do? And in the end, just accepts his destiny, which is that. But Bob, as I mentioned, he is making it look easy. Really, his spell usage, the movements, everything is on point. Even denying the ward there that was being taken down by the Earth Spirit. Everything working out for him. And again, we see Execration coming out super strong out of the laning stage. I don't know if it's Unity making way too many mistakes or Execration are doing everything perfect. That 2 games in a row, they're completely overtaking it 10 minutes in.
Pressuring this top tower with only Law to defend it. Can pull the creep wave, but Bob's hungry for kills. He's got the coil. He's gonna get it. Instant snap from Disruptor, knowing that the only way out is just a desperate escape here. The cookie onto the creep instead of the puck, so won't be close enough for the Disruptor kill. And Xiaoyu, they've got the Static Storm, and with the Rolling Thunder, should be able to clean this one out. Swashbuckle used. He might dodge the ulti roll, but kill is a kill. Salad, however, is going to get jumped on by Carlo and Carlos, and with the sidekick, yeah, that feels like a hero with 5 more levels just jumped on you.
He wants to be getting levels, but no one can give him a lane, so he has to play here on the enemy side of the map, where even if he dies, it's not that big of a deal. He's gonna be revealing the positioning of 2 heroes and allowing his teammates on top to defend the tower for the time being until he's ready to fight.
But these are still kills that are making the Pango, the Morphling huge.
Of course they are.
So it's pick your battle kind of situation. MKS will find Tino. And the silence from the Waning Rift from Bob at the same time prevents the Chaos Ball from ever flying through. MKS already down by 500 HP, still building that armlet.
I have to look at Bob and see if he's gonna make a mistake with any of his spells. I feel like this guy doesn't make mistake with spells. He only makes mistakes in diving the fountains. That's where
I mean,
the problems arise.
Can we just admit Bob is the kind of guy who doesn't make mistakes in life?
Yeah. For sure.
He is pure A-class.
Just amazing what he's doing there. He even saved his buddy with the Wayne Ring Rift.
Kisses.
Now he might get popped.
Actually, this Pango was stealing all their CS in the jungle. Yep, looks like he's out. 150 HP is all he needs to get out. Oh, look at the glimpse there, but Bob, he's safe.
Without mana, he just gets out. Very hard to catch. And look at it. They have a Disruptor. They have an Earth Spirit. It's not like they don't have the heroes to kill him.
Yeah. Well, they don't have the Snap ulti now, since Xiaoyu forced it out from the Snap Fire while he was farming the enemy triangle. That was a hard cap stack, and he wanted to take. Puck dodging another glimpse again. Giving a lot of tips here today.
Yeah, I mean, he's feeling good. He's feeling good and just showing them, yo, you just can't catch me. Just stop. And kind of getting their morale down. Though I think Unity Gaming aren't really gonna have a morale problem considering that they won the last game and they killed the Mars right now.
Yeah, Mars, easy kill for them. Xiaoyu to secure it with the shield crash, level 4. Bob, though, smoked up with Carlo and Shanks for the action rune. It's going to be Invis. And onto the Pango they go, already down to half HP. Coil is there as well with the Unleash coming out from Carlo. Salad will kick away the Marcy, but now Marcy's chasing the Disruptor. And Salad, he will go down to Bob, and they would like to take Bob for another kill. He's wicked sick. Is he going to get another one? Yes, he will. Monster kill streak up to 8. We're looking at GPM for some weird reason, but might as well, because it is the Morphling and the Puck now topping the charts for Execration and for the entire game.
The Rolling Boys, they're getting rolled over here by Execration. Really, the Earth Spirit and the Pango, they can't do anything. Pango, this is his first death of the game, but really hasn't accomplished much on the map if you look at it. And yeah, the good laning phase. And Salad there, as soon as he sees his buddy being caught, he's like, I'm coming with you, and they just go down. Execration, they're moving really well around the map, but in the end it comes down to Bob using all of his spells in a really good way.
Oh, they see Salad, instant roll away, and ward. It is instantly de-warded too. They did just finish the blink on the Pango though. Salad, Law, they're probably calling in comms right now that we see where the enemy is, so we don't necessarily need to smoke here. And we get an opening. There's the blink reveal. He misses the shield crash on the snap. Actually, shield crashed towards the northern map side. Like, he went north instead of west. Altino and Shanks. Easy jump on him, and as he does not have any way to survive. And it's an easy picking here for Execration. Yet again, another kill.
Dire need that Unity Gaming magic, where they just force enemies to make mistake after mistake and get a couple of kills. Again, their lineup is really good at it.
Salad just TP it in here. Yeah, now he knows with the scan right on top of him. MKS shows himself, and now he knows there's definitely two heroes. So he's just going to TP away. There's a DD rune, and that is for Palos and Roshan, maybe? They can.
Yep, you have a Marcy.
Sidekick with DD. Palos right-clicking for 400 damage. And he's got 600 HP. It's like the pure definition of a glass cannon.
They will give away the Snapfire for it.
Oh, that's fine.
But it's a small price to pay.
That's completely fine. Bob might even bait them in here. Aegis down, and this is the time where Bob initiates. You get the coil stun into the spear. That technically works as a spear stun. LSA coming out. Carlo in the middle. Morphling joining the fray. They get the disruptor ulti on a couple of them, but that DD just does way too much. And on the law, they would look for another follow-up. And Bob, they might glimpse one hero, but you can't glimpse us both. And now Bob actually fighting against Salon and MKS, playing the aggressive Bob, as we know. Closing up the gap, gets the Witchblade to slow him down, but Bob's courier is killed by MKS on one of his Phantasm illusions. So that's his blink.
I can imagine the communication of Execration. Like they're always telling Bob, "Be yourself," unless he's going for these dives. They're like, "Bob, don't be yourself now. Don't be yourself," and he just moves back. So amazing against spell usage, but the biggest deal in that fight was the Morphling still having the DD. That is just so much damage, and the Lina got blown up. That's just before he gets his BKB.
Yeah. Be yourself is all that you can do.
What's the... I'm looking at Unity Gaming's lineup, and they get this BKB timing on the Lina, but this time around, they weren't able to find that big fight to stop the snowball potential of Execration.
Yeah, they really can't stop the bleeding either right now, but they're trying their best. They will take down Carlo with a big nuke. Shanks, he does get kicked around, but he's got the cookie and also gets a force stab, but still the glimpse of Palos and Tino actually stunning the Lina through the arena into Palos' arms, and he will finish off the night. Lina and getting a BKB charge off at the same time. That was a 9-second BKB, only to give a half a second extra life.
That was a 2-second BKB charge. That's how long it lasted. Yeah, poor Lina. I mean, yeah, it's looking really grim for Unity Gaming. Much grimmer than in the first game, because now the gold lead is much higher. You're not playing against the sniper, so it's not like Execration are on a timer where the sniper at some point is gonna get destroyed. Morphling is always a hero with which you can mess up and just straight up die. But Palos has always been good on the hero, as well as the other Southeast Asia carries. So I don't really think he's gonna be making that key of a mistake multiple times.
And I think Palos as a player has been getting better as the tournament has progressed. His start for the tournament was abysmal. Just always getting caught. Couldn't really read what the opponents were doing. Maybe there was something to do with the team comms and stuff like that. Like a lot of things just piling up on top of each other's. I think he's been getting better and better as time progressed. Now looking to get the save. He's got his strength morph out though. Even without the shard, he's living for a very long time. Gets the waveform out to the high ground. Gonna get glimpsed back again. Oh, he's not. He's gonna pop the BKB. And now going straight up Agimorph here. Get himself a bit of extra HP from the stick.
He really wanted to keep that one as long as possible, but they're not stopping. Unity are still gonna go for it.
They are, and they're gonna pay the ultimate price for it, maybe. Oh, Knight. BKBs. He actually dodged the spear from Tino, but he still popped it just in case. That's 9 and 8-second charges from Lina spent defensively. That's how bad this is going for Unity.
Yeah, pretty much for nothing. You had to use those charges to get back into the game, but you're just getting forced out to survive, and you're not getting back at all. At least you're stopping the bleeding. The gold lead isn't increasing, but Execration don't need any more of a gold lead than they currently have.
Yeah, it's kind of like a situation, to use your reference here. Like, they might have stopped the bleeding, but they used cauterizing for it, and now you're in pain shock. Just passed out from the pain.
We'll see if they can get their heads back into the game here on Unity. They got a blink onto MKS, so he's finally ready to battle. That's kind of the key piece they were missing some of the times to bring down the heroes. MKS hasn't been able to join fights given that he didn't have that great of an early game. And we talked about it. You don't deal well with delusions on the side of Execration. So if the fight starts, with Unity Gaming getting that first kill, they can chase for more. It is still not over.
He's gonna get caught inside the arena. That's gonna be a grab for Tino. And Bob, he's already 10-0-4 this game.
I'm looking at this Unity Gaming lineup. When they lose a hero, they can't do anything. That's just how it works. You have to be on the aggressive. So they were trying to farm until the Lina gets the BKB, but you really have to hold areas with this kind of a lineup. Vision is of the utmost importance.
They do get a connection onto Tino, but it's under a tier 2 tower, so they're going to get to teleport to save him and turn it around even, the Earth Spirit once again. Salad, he's relying on these aggression plays. Like you said, they need to be aggressive, but not under a tier 2 tower. It's just not worth it.
At least they force the TPs. At least they force the TPs, and this is going to force Execration to go for a smoke away from that part of the map. So you are now having some time to
yeah, they're losing the Pango, though. He's 40 HP, no swashbuckle.
Execration are already in the mid lane. Okay, Unity Gaming knows, but they just couldn't lose the Pango there. He had to survive.
You see the CK farming, but he's in a difficult position. Marcy will get stunned by MKS, and that is an opener for them. Salad rolling in as well. The LSA will be there. Okay, to fill a finish off Carlo, and Arena was coming off cooldown for Tino. If they just held a couple more seconds, maybe here? No, it's just going to help Shanks get away as MKS pinned to the tree.
He's trying to give vision to his disruptor to get the glimpse off. That is what they were gunning for with that chase, but Law just couldn't get there in time. Still, they get a kill, and this is the time for Unity Gaming. Outpush the top lane with Zhao Yu, and then immediately get together. You need to get a jump. You need to get more heroes. You cannot allow the enemies to get to those key BKB timings. Okay, Morphling already has it. Mars up in a couple of 100 gold. I even think Bob at some point gets a BKB, and then the game is impossible.
Let's see if the graph agrees. 82 to 18. Very high for Execration. On the counterpart, very low for Unity. They can still pop off with the Lina, but the matchup is just not favorable. Like, you're worrying about so many cores when it feels like the CK, not necessarily the biggest threat. I think Lina is going to be the big priority target that's going to be nuked over and over and over again. Well, if they can protect her, that could be a big win condition. But let's see if they can make this one work. Xiao Yu, Rolling Thunder, gets the Blink stun onto the Snapfire MKS to follow it up. That's the Chaos Bolt. That's a 4-second stun. You ain't going anywhere. But here comes Puck, and he's Tino. The Static Storm, though, cancels out the Mars for a moment, but a coil onto 2. Meanwhile, Salad fighting in the back. They kept themselves the glimpse of BKB. 1-2 heroes inside. Law's going to be taken down. Lina right-clicked away and left all alone. And now MKS, the last man standing. Not even standing anymore after this Morphling sogs him up with so much water at this CK. He's going to catch hypothermia after that. Xiao Yu being chased by Bob. Bob waving his arm. He's got the Witch Blade. Is he going to get the high ground? Is he still going to go in? Oh, yes, he is. Of course he is. That's Bob. That's the Bob we know. He's going to be fighting against Salad. He's going to high-five with the tower. Blinking in. Going in for the Pangolier. Is the swashbuckle still up? The shield crash dodges it. It's still Salad rolling back in. He's very low on HP. Spells on cooldown. He's got an orb available, but he is silenced. And Salad will score himself a lot of money. All I just want to say is thank you, Bob, for the content once again.
Man, he's the best content creator. I really need this guy's channel. This is amazing what he's doing. Execration. I have to say though, I wouldn't even mind if Unity Gaming GG's out right now. That Scotty on the Morphling is way too hard to deal with. Delina, you talked about her coming back, but look at her items. She's not.
Oh no, they're smoking right into a trap from Execration. They're setting it up. Palos is going to be right there in the front. He's building another godlike spree. Fighting with MKS. Lina going for the ulti and does blow up Tino. Palos, BKB has run its course. Salad on top of him. Pose the Pango. So is Knight closing the gap. Stun after stun after stun after stun. You don't get to play this game of Dota if you get to wait for him away. And rolling Boulder into safety. They will take down Carlo. And Shanks, who was helping on the sidelines, he's going to be the next target. Bob comes back in. Bob could get a big kill for himself. health. They're losing their HP rapidly. They will drop down Knight, and Bob will find a kill. And there's Salad finding Bob once again. Another illusory orb. The armlet toggles from MKS, but Bob won't do the same mistake twice. Or will he?
I expected him to go forward. I mean,
yeah, that's Bob. Like he shouldn't, but he would. But he doesn't this time.
He's like, twice in a row is too much. Like, let's take it easy there. The only reason that Execration lost a couple of heroes was because he was dead. He's kind of the main hero. Now he's going for an A on this. Considering the amount of stuns and the silences the enemies have, that's actually quite nice, though I would still prefer a BKB. I don't know why these puck players just don't want to go for the BKB. It's way too easy. Especially where
that's the thing. Yeah, that's the key word. It's way too easy.
Okay.
I mean, I've had so many discussions about why don't puck players build BKB, and what I've heard from puck players literally say it's not worth it. They literally say it's not worth it. It feels horrible to build a BKB on a puck.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, Panda. It's their ego. They think they can dodge every single spell.
That is probably very true. That is probably very true. I'm not gonna say anything against that. Dino in trouble, blown up by the Laguna Blade. Surrounded by these CK illusions, and one by one, Execration starting to lose members here. Unity finding a power shift.
Yep. Let me remember how that happened. Like, why? It feels like one of the heroes that had like a big streak went and dove. And I'm not really sure about that one. But yeah, Unity Gaming, they get an opening against the three same heroes die and straight into a pit. Yeah, I was thinking that Unity were gonna GG in the next 5 minutes.
Oh, nice. Oh, what a beautiful ulti from Law. He's got both of them. Palos with BKB has to use it, but Bob's gonna get stunned up, and Palos, he's the one with a big streak.
Jason.
Rolling boulder after rolling boulder. Who's got the better one? Looks like Palos is going to be the one to get out. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful ulti from Law.
Beautiful, beautiful, really. Forcing out the 7-second BKB of the Morphling, killing the puck. Oh, you don't want to buy a BKB, no problem. Well, now is the time where Unity Gaming, they take this game back off the back of a couple of mistakes from Execration. First Bob in the base, then them deciding to fight without their mid lane hero, thinking they were powerful enough, but not being able to bring down anyone in that fight. And now, finally, it is going to be Unity Gaming on the aggressive that they win a fight. A game that looked hopeless for them a couple of minutes ago, now it looks like they do have a chance. They're still not out of it yet, but the Aegis on the Lina is a good start. Once you get the Silver Edge, the damage output then starts from Knight.
See what they can come up with this. Palos. Daedalus is almost ready. Very much needed damage item. Will help them blow up that Lina even faster. And that is already one entry point that they can look at. With just overpowering the damage and wiping out Knight as fast as possible.
Yeah, kind of the reason I was like, okay, this is over is because Lina's BKB was 6 seconds and Morphling was killing him even through it.
Big battle about to happen at bottom. Puck's not here. Knight almost getting, oh, it's just outside of vision of that sentry. They don't quite see the Lina. They don't actually see anybody here, but they know the Pango's there. They know there's a lot of heroes in the area. They need to get a Tinker Ward down ASAP. They've already got the spear onto the Earth Spirit Laguna Blade, surprising the Morphling. Palos is down, Carlo is down, and rolling in a Salad right past Shanks. Shanks is out, and Puck, he's also just trying to disengage as fast as possible. It will get the glimpse onto Tino and Execration. Oh my goodness. It is starting to look like intro, boys.
I'm feeling like, I watched some Simpsons now, and I feel like Palos is gonna be Homer and Bob is gonna be Bart, right? That's how it's gonna end up there. Like, why? Why did you dive? This is what's happening because of that. Palos, he gets into a situation where when he makes one mistake, it might actually cost him at the game, and there it is. He makes it, dives the tower, gets stunned up immediately, and goes down. Bob is the only one that lives right now.
This is where all the people who were cheering for Execration, maybe somebody who potentially might have put some Gamba going in. They're hiding. They're disappearing into the hedgerow.
Yeah,
it's silence and despair right now because this is a very bad situation to be in.
man. I mean, this is so fun. I have to say I wouldn't have minded that Execration just cleanly ended this game, but this is just so much more fun. And you know, very rarely I'm like, yeah, they should lose this game, but Execration, they should lose this game because they threw away an impossible game to.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you saying this is impossible to lose, but it might have just tipped. It's tipped very heavily right now.
Anything is possible, it seems like.
Let's see what they can do. Execration maybe getting a fight for themselves. Tino hesitating a bit there. Carlo popped at BKB. He's just gonna get right-clicked down by Knight. It's just not the fight they were looking for. It's not the fight they were looking for. Snapfire, his cookie gets cancelled by Xiao Yu. So he only gets stuck in the river on the low ground. Execration again losing 2 heroes. They smoked up for the fight, but realizing that they just can't go for the Blink Arena anymore. There's so many BKBs that they just walk away.
And it was also perfect smoke timing from Unity because they smoked, it immediately broke, and they knew that they were being targeted. So then they just jumped forward to see what's going on there, and it's a good position for them because they were all on the high ground and Execration were only coming in. But I think even if the Mars doesn't hesitate, that because of that smoke, it would have been good enough of a read from Unity to pop the BKBs in time and turn the fight anyways.
Oh, they found Bob. MKS though with Blink on cooldown as he already went into the tree line with it. This will open up the bottom tier 2 tower. Waves are pushing in from from mid, from bottom. They are getting the top wave pushed in by Execration, so that is something. But man, this Morphling right-click damage, I thought it would be much scarier. It just doesn't
Not so anymore.
It doesn't feel like the case right now. They haven't really utilized the Daedalus.
The real scary damage is from the CK.
Bob's under a ward. Bob's under a ward. And it's about to expire too. And he is so dead. The Aeon Disc will pop, but he's in the silence. And finally cleaned out. Glimpse comes out as well onto Tino. Tino spreading to the other side. Bob with no buyback right now, so he can't even join in the fight. Execration, they just gotta make sure they're not gonna lose too many heroes. Oh, Shirks with the cookie stunt actually gets the Pango as he blinks in. Still gonna continue with the chase. Carlo is down. A Knight, he's already cut the exit route from the other direction. Nowhere to go. And glyphing the wave. Smart move. They got backdoor protection out of the way. Morphling. And he gets stunned up and hexed up as well with a sheep stick. Oh, can they get him? No, they can't get him now. Might get him later.
2 buybacks are missing from Execration. Unity don't necessarily know this, but I think they feel confident enough to just go forward. They fought even against the odds in this game, and now when they know that they're stronger, they're just going to be going forward.
They're going to get the Hex out, at least onto the Mars right away as he goes for the initiation. They've taken down Knight, which is the most important piece of the puzzle, and allowing them to stop this push from happening. There's a ward inside their base that they need to get rid of ASAP. Law. Kinetic field stopping the Morphling from finding him in the tree line as he TPs away.
Yeah, Lina hugging her teammates a little bit too much. They're the only reason I would assume he went for that one, hoping that if he's close to his teammates, that he's not going to be the one that gets impaled by the spear. But either way, he should have kept his distance. Just allows Execration to jump in, and there's the damage from Palas that you were talking about, the Daedalus coming into play. That gets in closer to the 25 talent. Though, to be honest, he already has the waveform attacks target. Oh, no more double waveform. Okay, that's a change that's gonna sting.
That's an interesting 35 strength talent, though. That's 700 HP for the Morphling.
But minus 40 waveform cooldown, huh?
Nice, but it feels like he's just dying to raw damage. It's the Disruptor ult that's killing him.
If it is it bonus strength that gets given, or does he just get normal strength?
It just says strength, so it's not bonus, it's just strength.
Okay.
So it's raw HP that he gets.
Yeah, but he's gonna be able to morph that into agility as well.
I think so. RC. Instant Hex coming out from the Pango. Pops his BKB, Unleash turnaround, forces Salah to BKB too. This is good for Tino. Tino just needs a bit more time to get his ulti off. Those BKBs have ran its course, and he turns around and he finds illusions. MKS just jumped on top of him. Shanks is down, but Palos, he's here to deliver the damage. And we'll take down 2. 2 from 1. Buybacks coming in from the side of Unity. BKB's already out. Bob gets tanks the Laguna Blade, and Aeon Disc will be burnt. MKS looking for a Palos.
Look at Law's position.
So close here. Law coming in from a good angle here. Has his ulti. Kinetic field. There's the silence. It's purged off. Carlo's there to help him out. Carlo will tank the bullet for him. But still, Morphling inside the static storm. Nowhere to go. And he doesn't have a buyback. That could be game right there. Oh, Execration. You almost had this game. I could almost say you had this game.
Yeah, if we didn't know how it ends, we could say you had this game. It's over. Like at some point I would be like, okay, this game is over. Let's go drink some tea and wait for the next one. And then those are those situations like I just went to get a cup of tea and Execration are losing. What happened? You know those messages in chat. I'm gonna assume that there were a couple of those.
Yeah, I went to the fridge and I came back and I can't see the game anymore. What happened?
Self is there too, keeping the minutes. So, but it's not gonna be there for long.
Basically, the next fight decides a lot here. Bob finds a bounty rune. It's not going to be enough to get their heroes back up. Tino looking for an opening onto the Lina. He's trying to do it all by himself, and he's almost done it. Just not quite enough. Shanks is down. They're focusing on the tier 2 tower. Knight's still in the trees. Tino, one more right click. The spear does it. He actually did the job. He did what he was supposed to. Bob, though.
Did the job as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue. MKS finds Carlo. And onto Mars as well. Bloodthorn has been popped, silencing him up. Does get back to the high ground. He's a much tankier target than the Marzi is. And to Roche they go.
The blast trick coming into play there. Obviously you were gonna be hitting because of the Bloodthorn, but either way the Mars does survive. But yeah, straight into the Roche pit. That's Aegis Cheese and the Aghanim Scepter. Who gets the axe? Pango is good. Disruptor already has one. I think you maybe give it to the CK, so then once your Lina gets jumped, you actually have a way to save her.
Yeah, CK axe is great. I think if Salad wants to play super aggressive, he could get it. Pango doesn't really have anything to benefit from it with his current item build, so it's gonna be in the arms of who actually did take it. Didn't actually look who popped it, but yeah, okay, so the CK has it. And they will take down Tino. Paolo's fighting in the river. It's a fight that they need to win. Shanks is down. Good. That's just down to 2 heroes. Paolo's almost gonna get stunned up. He's gonna get glimpsed all the way back. He can't even morph, and he is gonna go down. He's getting so much penalty from these deaths that basically he's just constantly below the threshold of being able to buy back. He's 500 gold short, so even if Carlo picks up a bounty here, it's not going to make a difference.
CK is not giving the Axe Blessing to anyone. I was like, maybe he gives it to Lina. No, just gives her the cheese. Okay, this is the ultimate BM. You are gonna win. You're gonna be winning 15k gold in 20 minutes into the game, and we're not even gonna get the Axe and still winning against you. Okay, no, MKS he's gonna be a good sport. He does take it for himself.
Okay, Perry getting triggered here. The waste of our Aghanim Scepters here. Xiaoyu hexing up the Mars. They do have Bob controlled for now. He does have the Aeon Disc. It's going to pop and it's going to remove the silence. The spear onto 2. It's got the Earth Spirit. It's got the Pango. Shanks no ulti. No nothing right now. Carlo fighting back with the Unleash. It's going to take down Law. But right now with MKS, it's a battle he cannot win. He cannot beat this hero. Carlo is up again. Puck has just bought back. They're fighting MKS. There is still one more tier 4 tower remaining. Snapfire gonna be in trouble, but they will actually get the spear. The CK forced into the fountain. There's a chance. There's a chance. He can bonk him further. Okay, we'll stack up the cookie stuns and looking for the connection. The dispose. They've taken down MKS and now they need Knight. That's the only one they need to worry about right now. And they will save the throne for the time being. Tino missing the spear. Knight able to dodge it just in time. Has more movement speed than required. And they will finish off the CK inside their own fountain.
MKS returning the favor, says Bob. Let's see if there's the BM move. So I can dive and still win. Though we'll see if that's actually going to be the case. The throne didn't fall. They did do some damage to it, but obviously it's going to be healing up. They did take down the tier 4s, and the gold lead is still in their favor. As far as I know, Unity Gaming, they didn't use any of the buybacks. And on Execration, only the Marcy did use one. So not both the Mars and the Puck did use it there. Okay, they all came back into the
yeah, they used 3 buybacks in total. The Mars bought back earlier, and now a 7-minute cooldown for Puck and the Marcy. And Snapfire is getting hers back in 35 seconds. 2 buyback cooldowns for Unity, which is going to be the Earth Spirit and the Disruptor. Still 2.5 minutes, but that doesn't hurt them too much because all their cores can.
Considering there's no Roche, it's not that big of a deal for either of the team. Both of the teams are gonna be getting closer to all of their buybacks being ready once the Roche is up. But Execration, they need to fight, because if they get gone on and they lose a couple of their heroes, the game is just over. So they need to be able to extend this a little bit further and get some good vision.
Xiao Yu on top of a cliff.
Sees
them approaching, and Tino goes in as well. He's got the arena, but the Earth Spirit is on top of the cliff and now fighting with the Unleash. Maybe getting some enough damage off to Knight. Knight's actually falling low here. Maybe the Lina spawn. It will. Lina still has a buyback and will return to the fight. Palos battling against. There's the CK ulti coming into the fight. There's so many illusions in the fight. The Morphling is down. The Morphling is down. Fighting onto Marcy as well. Knight will clear out Carlo, and Shanks teleports away. Bob isn't even nearby anymore. They forced the Lina buyback. They're not using the Morphlings yet. Might have to.
Oh, they're gonna be forced to do this. Unity Gaming, they have one job right now to force that buyback and go back. I don't know if you have to go for the throne. You can even go for the side lanes. It's gonna force out the Morphling buyback, and then you can pull out easy. You can see that they're pinging it out. Yeah, they're pinging out the side lanes. No reason to go for the throne. But, oh, Bob, he forgot one creep.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh no, there's one creep with his rusty blade heading towards the base. He's charging straight towards the Ancient. The wobbly camera. Look at this guy. It's the race to the finish line for him. And he's gonna face off against Tino, and he has fallen.
But gives him time to take down the Raxes. You can't use the glyph. You just cannot, because you have to save it for the throne. If you use it now, you're just gonna lose the game to Unity Gaming going straight up for the throne.
Yeah, the damage is just too much, and they will be able to secure the bottom lane. But there's backdoor protection for the top lane, so the tier 3 will stay up.
The game will still continue.
The game will indeed still continue. Holding onto a thread again.
Bob is doing a good job at cutting the waves, but the thing that he's accomplishing with it is that he's buying time for the next fight. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to be winning that next fight. When you look at the CK's net worth, I really don't see him dying unless he's in the fountain, and obviously he's not going to go there any longer.
Yeah, he's a very rich lad, especially when you got that Aghanim Scepter, and the Aghanim's Blessing that basically pumps him up even higher. 24 kills on this man. Could actually look at some stats on our players. You have Disruptor's the only hero without a kill this game, but that's I was kind of suspected. If you don't get any kills early game, you're probably not going to get in getting them at all in a game like this. Morphling, who was 11-1, is now 12-5. Bob was also 9-0 or even 10-1 at some point, and he's also fallen to 11-6.
He was beyond godlike when he dove the base. He didn't have a single death at that point. He played a perfect game, and yeah, he's like, nah, this is not me. This is not how I feel.
Yeah, and that's why he wrote "grr" to chat. He will be remembered for that if that dive ends up being costly. You can't really always blame one play for like that to be the actual end of the game, but it was a massive amount of money he did give away. It did go for the Earth Spirit at that time, but Silent did get a BKB quite shortly.
It's not one play, but it's the momentum that Execration were having that gets taken away. And Unity Gaming, they kind of rally around and start getting kills. Unity Gaming found good openings after that. I don't want to take it away from them, but without that dive, nothing happens. You just wouldn't be able to make a play. Palos was way too strong at that point, and if he just had the lockdown of Bob around him always, he would have been able to clean up house.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
What is their win probability looking like? Still pretty healthy.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
11 is...
Game has trust in them. Carlo, instant Laguna Blade coming out from Knight. That is a pure Laguna Blade that does do a decent amount of damage. Oh man, the one thing that I'm worried about here is Lina, with now the 25 talent, at some point gets the Axe Blessing and pops Flame Cloak. That is something I'm really scared of, that this Lina still has so much more to get.
That's next, Roche, if they wait for it, if Unity Gaming feel like they have to go for it. But, I mean, Xiaoyu and MKS have always been known for wanting to be a little bit more anti-aggressive to see how deep they can go.
Oh, the Hex already onto the Morphling. They did find Palos. Nobody wanted to jump on it, though. The spear from Tino pushes MKS away, and these illusions are doing work. They need to fight it. Palos and Tino onto the low ground. Bob's also hunting onto the back line. They got the stun into the Disruptor, but the coil's done. Now Tino with the arena running out. They're going to get themselves rolling in. MKS still trying to battle it out, but he's going to lose Palos as MKS is going to get the kill on him. They've got the Earth Spirit into the air. Disruptor also on HP with the ults coming out as well. There's Bob in the tree line, hunting and stalking right now, trying to get some information. What are they doing? Where are they going? And this Morphling not buying back. Not buying yet. Another illusion push coming in from MKS.
Yeah, just like in the last game with the Lotus Orb, he protected his supports. This time around, he's gonna do so with the Wind Waker. He's the one that lifted the Disruptor up into the air.
Again, Xiaoyu with the Hex from long range. Is now the time. Is now the time. They're still holding with Carlo pummeling them with that Unleash. That's another ulti used. The Glimpse comes out. It does stun the Marcy on the way, but the Force Staff to safety. Bob finding Law, killing Law. Jam down on the ground. Tino coming in as well. Spear. Disruptor buying back. Morphling still thinking, can I? Should I? Do I have to? Bob. This is a lot hanging on the thread. And this is actually miraculous. Execration still holding onto the buyback of the Morphling because they haven't run into a situation where all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. Literally, do I have to? They're like, Palos. No, I want to stay in my fountain, just be safe here. But there's the Roche. That's gonna be the axe on the Lina, I think.
Maybe Palos went to the fridge and he's coming back and knowing, oh, this game is still going. What happened?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Another axe buff. Okay, Earth Spirit axe. Okay. I'm a bit disappointed if Lina doesn't get it, because that Flame Cloak can honestly be really big. The unobstructed movement for 6 seconds, the spell amp. And here comes another massive illusion push. Palos, he's back alive. Oh, look at buyback status. There's a lot of buybacks in this game right now. Bob moving in deep, very aggressive play. Silenced up, no way on disc. Oh no, Bob. Oh, you in the back line. Here we go. Morphling looking for an angle to jump in. Double arena. Blaze down. Lina in the middle. They're going to look for that. They've got the Aegis down. And Pango dropping as well. Palos double kill. Can they get the hold? Execration. Everything holding on the line. Knight for the Laguna Blade. They're in close fight right now. Knight still in the middle. Knight down. And onto MKS. The CK pinned to the wall. And Palos with an ultra kill. Execration. Still holding on.
I saw some people in chat saying Tino should retire, where the Tino haters now single-handedly winning the fight, putting the Lina and one more hero. I think it was the Earth Spirit there between the two arenas, and they were just being punched by the walls constantly. Bam, 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 dying. So
Lina did 2k damage.
Those two arenas, insane.
Lina did 2k damage because all the projectiles were being bounced off of those Colosseum walls. Morphling 10,000 out of the 24k. Into a push. Xiaoyu coming in with a buyback. CK has a buyback. Lina doesn't. Actually, Lina actually getting her buyback right now. Xiaoyu with the instant hex. Just as before. Hollow sieging down the tier 3 tower. They're gonna secure a lane of racks for themselves. At least it's not mega creeps because the range Rax is still up. in Execration space in the top lane. But Palos will open up one lane. Looking for more. 55 seconds for Lina. 35 seconds for the CK. Xiaoyu. Trying to throw as many disarms as possible. That swashbuckle cooldown is really helpful here. Palos, there's the glyph. This glyph was from the tier 3 tower falling. 40 seconds. They're going to dive for the back line. They've got the Wind Waker at least on Xiaoyu, so he will actually pop his ulti and roll in. He's trying to buy even more time. Aeon Disc will pop from Bob. Bob is currently defenseless. He does not have a buyback. He needs to be super careful about his positioning here, and that's a second lane of Rex secured for Execration.
Morphling and the Mars still have their buybacks. The Execration should just still pull back with to wait for the Mars refresher. They got 2 lanes of racks, so now they're equal in that regard. Of course, their base is in shambles and only one fight until they lose the game. But with those buybacks, that can be a very long and strong fight for them. So Execration, they're not out of it. They're keeping themselves in it. Their spell usage is so good.
They have a good ward here, which actually shows their location. Tino, is he going to surprise them off guard? The spear cancels Pango, and teleport that seems to last forever. Xiaoyu gets saved by Salad for a moment. Here comes the CK, the turnaround, the big fight breaks loose. They've got a low on the Marcy. Palos is on the left side of the fight. Tino getting pummeled right now. Palos into the fight. He's going to get pulled back in. He's got the Satanic. The heal is coming in, but is it going to be enough? The Studio loses the fight against Palos. He's going to need some backup. He's going to get put back, kicked all to the high ground. And it's good. Tino again with a BKB. Morphling. He's got no strength left to morph too. He's down, but he has a buyback. And this is super big. This is big for Unity. They get themselves the hold for the time being, but it did come at the cost. 2 buybacks, Carlo and Tino. They're both on the run. They're going to get intercepted. They came in faster than they were suspected to, and still no buyback from the Morphling. Finally, Palos bought back. Where's Palos going to go? He's going to have to hold his base, actually, staying inside as Carlo. Oh my goodness, how much longer can they still take?
Salad is a god. He single-handedly wins that fight by saving the Pango. Pango dies there, it's a problem. And he would have died super fast, but he pulls him in, has the 20-level talent, pulls him in with the Geomagnetic Grip.
Full on smoke.
Uses the Enchant Remnant, couldn't kick him away, but still the Wind Waker was there, and they want to end it. They want to end it right now. It's the 4 versus 5.
It's the Ancient still open. They're going to go for the range rack, secure the Mega Creeps. At least that's something that they can start off with. What's their next move? Do they just sit in here and wait? Do they just sit in here and wait? It's a 4 versus 5 fight. The Hex Xiaoyu is buying time. They're going to start the fight onto the Ancient. Bob diving straight onto the Lina. Tino coming in with the arena. Going to get the MKS. Mars at least in control. They've got themselves the Lina thrown into the air with the Wind Waker. Knight is actually trying to turn it around. Morphling in trouble. Die back for Palos. And in the end, Unity, they are just simply too strong. GG is called. And we do not get a epic hold from Execration any longer. Unity 2-0 the series.
Oh, I'm sorry, Panda, that Execration weren't good enough for you. They only had an epic hold for 20 minutes against Unity Gaming, but in the end, not strong enough. They
in an unlosable game.
In an unlosable, it was unlosable 20 minutes in. I mean, when you look at the graphs, it was just amazing. They're 30 minutes into the game, they had like 11k gold lead. And then it all just goes downhill from that one. Yeah, Palos is going to be feeling really bad about this because he had a perfect game on the Morphling. His items were coming out one after another, and you still lose. And we're not going to talk about why they lost any longer. I just want to talk about how good these players are at using their spells. Every single fight, we are seeing some outplay happening. First, it's like the Pango using his spells perfectly. Then we see Bob just dodging everything. Then we see Tino, just the perfect arena, 2 of those, getting the Lina between the 2 walls, and then Lina just dying to the damage. And then, in the end, the big one, the save from the Earth Spirit that allowed Unity Gaming to turn that fight, and in the end, win the game.
Yeah, it's just a crazy game of Dota, right? I mean, SCA, again, proving to be a very wild region. Execration giving up the game at the end. Unity 2-0ing this series also means that Unity now, with a win, are through to the lower bracket and still keeps a chance alive to go to the upper bracket. Would require them to win their series tomorrow. They have to play against Fnatic. They have to play against Atomic. But we on this stream are going to be taking one, or actually our second last break, because we have one more series to play out. It is going to be Spawn versus Xerxia. We'll be right back for the final series of the day.